another vlog. So right now we're driving to LA to go pick up Justin's parents and sister. Their flight arrives around what time again, Justin?
I think it's like 10:45 or something like that. My mom's birthday is this weekend, and she's coming down here not only to see us, but also to kind of do some tourist stuff, check out Hollywood. We might end up going to Beverly Hills or something like that. Whatever she wants to do this weekend. Mamma jamma right there.
Made it to Hollywood with Justin's family. First stop, Walk of Fame. Oh, whoa, she's like, give it to us.
Jeff Bridges? Mm-hmm.
And then they go to brother. You get a dad right here. And then this the brother. Judge Judy. Your lady is Judge Judy. Your lady. I did not know it was behind you.
This theater here, this is 93 years old now, almost 94 years old.
Wow.
May 18th, 1927. That's why this was originally called Grauman's Chinese Theatre, and that's why the name Sid is outside in the cement so much.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sid Grauman was the one who invited him to do that. Sid Grauman, born in Indiana in 1879, he was the son of David and Rosa Grauman. Both of them were entertainers. They involved Sid Grauman in the entertainment business at an early age. And something else that they did was they were involved in business of management and building of theaters. So that was a natural thing for him to go into in adulthood. Eventually he relocated himself to Los Angeles here. In 1918, he opened his first theater in Los Angeles. That was the $1 Million Theater. That was followed by the Metropolitan Theater, which was in an Italian style. The Egyptian Theater down there was opened in 1922, and that was where they created the concept of the red carpet movie premiere in Hollywood. So Sid Grauman invented that concept. And then in 1923, Sid Grauman took a trip to China, and he was very influenced by what he saw, the art and the architecture of old China. He came back to this country and decided to create a Chinese theater as his last theater, and that's how this came to be. And that's why you'll see this lobby is meant to look like a Chinese garden. So the ceiling up there, that's meant to look like a sky. These red lights here hanging down, these are actually incense burners. They'd be pouring out sandalwood incense in 1927. And the murals on the wall, those are hand painted by a man named King, who was a Chinese American actor and artist. The idea was, you walk through the doors here, you feel like you're walking into a Chinese garden. Because to Sid Grauman, this is important. The patron feel is carried away with the theater itself, as by the movie being shown. Now these costumes here in the middle, these relate to the people who have found the handprints out there, where they've had a premiere here. This one here is Marilyn Monroe. That's the real dress she wore in the movie Gentlemen Prefer Blondes in 1953. And that's made of a gold lame stretch fabric, so that will stretch out to fit the person wearing it. And on Marilyn Monroe, that would be exactly form-fitting. She did the handprints in the cement out there back for the premiere in 1953. Actually put her earring into the wet cement to dot the I in the Marilyn. And it's still out there after all these many years. Glass earring of Marilyn Monroe. And that's the most famous one and the most visited one out there. The handprints themselves now, blackened out. So many people putting their hands in there for those many years. And the first handprint out there was Norma Talmadge, actress of the silent movie screen. She was walking from across the street at the Roosevelt Hotel to look at the progress of the theater being built. She stepped into the wet cement out there, left a footprint, Sid Brown saw it. And that's what gave him the idea to do the handprints in the cement outside. This comes from the accidental footprints of Norma Talmadge. And since that time, it's grown to more than 300 people. The most recent person was about a month ago. And that was a boxer named Canelo Alvarez. Before that was Michael Madsen, an actor, Patrick Stewart from Star Trek, Keanu Reeves, and Kevin Hart. There's room for about 75 to 100 more outside. They run out of room, but they try to make them smaller now to fit more in. And they're all chosen to go out there by the owners of the theater, based on their merits in the film industry, or the fact they've broken a box office record of some kind. Because this theater has a very important association with Star Wars. In 1977, this is the very first place Star Wars was ever seen. It played here for a year and a half, all the way to 1978 in its general release. Now there were so many people through here to see the movie, they actually wore out the carpet that had been put down here in 1927. So that's not the original carpet there, that was laid in after the release of Star Wars. And even today, whenever they open a Star Wars movie here, the fans of Star Wars will sleep out there on the concrete for a week in advance to be the first ones to see the movie. And this goes back to the days in the 1970s where if you wanted a good seat before reserved seating, you actually would have to sleep out on the concrete to secure a good seat. It slopes on one level, everything's on a seating arrangement with stairs. And the lobby was expanded in 2001, so those alterations will take about that point.
Hollywood, land of magic, glamour, and make-believe. Home to the studio dream factories. Since the motion picture industry first became the preeminent source of American entertainment in the early 1920s, the Hollywood community has held a mythical spot in the imagination of movie lovers everywhere. Perhaps no place within that community epitomizes Hollywood and all it represents more than the Chinese Theatre. With its ornamental facade and courtyard of famous hand and footprints, the TCL Chinese Theatre is the most visited site in all of Hollywood, attracting an average of 5 million visitors each year.
But look, I'm ready for it. Look at this bathroom. You better do it, girl. track. Give it to us. It's the hop.